Anyone who's ever created a great video for a client has likely heard this question before. Why does it cost that much? Now, while price should be a direct representation of value, we get that it can still be hard to understand why high-quality video production costs what it does. One of my favorite anecdotes came from a focus group I attended, where a woman said, "Free can end up costing you a lot if the results are bad." She's not wrong. The carrot of low-cost video production for your campaign in return for buying more advertising time or a larger digital distribution plan might seem like a good deal. More often than not, you aren't going to come away with a superior video product. So let's break video costs down, starting with labor. What really goes into a shoot? A high-quality shoot with a skeleton crew could leave you with one camera operator who's running the lighting and the overall look and feel of the video, plus one producer who also happens to be running the audio, asking the questions, keeping track of time, making sure all the story points are captured, etc. If that sounds like a lot, it's because it is. Now, they can likely pull it off if 1, they're absolute pros, and 2, they get favorable circumstances for the entire shoot. But like everything else in life, video shoots are full of variables. Maybe your on-camera talent needs more coaching and direction than your crew has time to provide. Maybe weather forces a change of scenery and sets you back hours because you have to go rebuild a shot and don't have enough hands to go quickly. There are a lot of things that can go wrong, and having the right amount of skilled people in your crew helps keep things on track and helps keep goals within reach. Now, like I said, you can get great work out of small crews, but excellence in video often requires specialization. If you have a dedicated director of photography, the person responsible for how your video is filmed, you should be rewarded with better shots than if your chief camera person is balancing 3 jobs. The same goes for sound recording, which is a niche skill most people drastically undervalue. Now add in a producer to oversee the whole operation who can focus on all the little story details while keeping the shoot on track and on time. Then, on top of that, add in a production assistant to take care of the little things, like taping cords and running quick errands that will inevitably be needed. Then you have the post-production team, because as great as technology is, that video isn't going to edit itself. For a lot of jobs, this is a single editor at a pricey computer creating the story, making the color look great and adding a few graphics in. For more complex jobs, this could be that same editor crafting the story along with a motion graphics artist adding branding or animations to make the piece stand out. Then you need the quality control, which is where the creative director comes in to make sure the project was executed well and followed the concept. Everyone in post-production is prepared to make a few rounds of client revisions. And of course, there are the pre-roll versions and the social media cuts to edit afterwards. Those bite-sized video pieces that can pay huge dividends by drawing people into your campaign. Now let's talk about equipment. We get it. You have an Android, I have an iPhone. Why can't we just make great videos on those? I mean, people love the Instagram stories you make of your dog. It should work the same for your business, right? Obviously you can try. And hey, some folks who are wizards at post-production can make some pretty impressive mobile phone videos. But great, impactful, long-lasting video is usually shot on higher-end equipment. Why? First, it looks better. It gives professional shooters a great degree of control over the aesthetic, meaning that they have a wider range of editing options in post-production. For some real-world context, when one of our producers goes out on a standard shoot, they have anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 in gear on them. And that's before we rent any specialty equipment, whether that's a higher-end camera to capture that special shot the client wants, or when we break out a drone to get that breathtaking cityscape. Finally, let's talk about the value of ideas. So where do great ideas come from? You might have one ready to film tomorrow, and hiring a team of pros is a great way to execute it. But most clients only have a starting idea of where they're going, or sometimes just an idea of the audience they want to reach, and want a skilled content studio to bring that idea to life for them. A great, lasting story usually takes days to mold and plan out before the first frame of video is ever shot. That means a lot of thinking, a lot of research, and even more meetings before the shoot gets greenlit. And if you're going to sink time and effort into a campaign, whether that's to tell a great story, raise awareness, or push a product, you want it to be well thought out and as impressive as possible, with lasting impact and significant return on your investment.